INFJ is the rarest personality type in the world, making up only 1.5% of the entire world's population. What in the world is INFJ? Do you know what or who an INFJ is? I'm going to tell you guys the meaning. You don't need to worry because I know why you're here watching this video right now. An INFJ is someone with an introverted, intuitive feeling, judging personality type. There are other rare personality types. INFJ is notably the rarest personality type in the world, making up only 1.5% of the entire world's population. So you guys should join me as I take you down on the signs of an INFJ if you're finding it hard to notice. You can thank me later. Just make sure you hit the subscribe icon and click the notification bell. Now let's proceed to the 17 signs. Number 1, you're an introvert, of course. If you're wondering if you're an INFJ, the rarest of all personality types, being an introvert is a good place to start. Those with the INFJ personality type are known for their tranquility. It's preferable to spend time with individuals you know rather than strangers for persons with INFJ personality qualities. You may be an INFJ if you value your own space and make it a priority. Number 2, you rely on your intuition. When communicating with the outside world, advocates are typically guided by their hearts rather than their heads. It is not uncommon for them to conclude the world, people, and how to deal with problems based on their subjective perceptions of the facts. To a great extent, they are illogical thinkers. People with INFJ personalities have a strong sense of logic and reason that sets them apart from the rest of the pack and drives them to great lengths. You may be an INFJ if you frequently rely on your intuition. Number 3, you're pretty insightful. Knowledge of a wide range of subjects is a common trait of INFJs. These people have an in-depth way of thinking that allows them to see things from multiple perspectives. This group of people isn't interested in superficial topics because they want to learn about more in-depth matters. INFJs may be interested in topics such as life after death, finding genuine love, or the study of spirituality. You may be an advocate if you have these INFJ characteristics. Number 4, you're sensitive. As an INFJ, you should recognize that you have a vulnerable side, to the point that they become sensitive. Their empathic nature frequently causes them to care too much. Their ability to please others can also turn them into people pleasers, which has both benefits and drawbacks. If others don't appreciate what they're doing for them, they could be put in harm's way. An advocate's tendency to overanalyze circumstances is another telltale sign of its personality type. Number 5, you feel you're destined for more. An INFJ's search for meaning is the finest. Are you an INFJ personality test? INFJs are naturally driven to go above and beyond the norm. It's preferable to defy conventions rather than conform to them. Nobody will understand or appreciate their opinions, but they prefer to remain loyal to themselves than to please others. INFJs often say, do what you do best, which is based on this concept. Number 6, you mostly get unwanted attention. A common experience for someone who may proudly proclaim, I am an INFJ, is receiving unwelcome attention, especially more than you'd like. It's because INFJ is the rarest personality type that INFJs have several desirable features. In part, this is due to the uniqueness of those with INFJ features. As a result of their empathetic and intelligent nature, they attract the attention of others. People are drawn to INFJs because of the allure they exude. Advocates, on the other hand, may find the INFJ atmosphere overbearing. Number 7, you care about what others think of you. Advocates tend to be more involved in the lives of others than they realize. Despite their introverted nature and inclination towards solitude, they can't help but become involved in the lives of others, even if it's only to bring them happiness or solve their difficulties. This procedure has the potential to arouse in them a sense of concern for the opinions of others. To make a good impression, people with INFJ qualities are sensitive when they don't fulfill specific standards. Number 8, you're more value-driven than profit-driven. Is your personality type an INFJ? The best method to tell is if you have the advocate kind of personality, and that is by observing how you behave when faced with a crisis. Are you more concerned about making money or making a difference in the lives of others? A person with this type of personality cares more about the latter. You wouldn't become involved in something unscrupulous or contrary to your values just for the sake of profit. Number 9, you have deep principles. It is possible to categorize major INFJ features with utmost realism. According to this theory, INFJ never stray too far from their genuine nature. No matter how difficult the going gets, a strong sense of spirituality and concrete beliefs helps them to live morally upright lives. When it comes to morally acceptable action, those with INFJ tendencies are more likely to choose good over evil. You might be an advocate if you find yourself defying the norms of society rather than abiding by the ones you've established for yourself. Number 10. You think beyond the ordinary. Deep contemplation is another hallmark of the introverted INFJ personality type. They have a different perspective than the average person. Everything they see has a tinge of ambiguity to it. People with the advocate personality type are fascinated by abstract concepts such as philosophy, religion, and life in general. This way of life is also a part of their principled way of life. People with INFJ characteristics consider the effects of others and the possible reasons for their actions before they begin any trip. Number 11. You prefer deep, authentic relationships. The simplest way to tell if you're an INFJ introvert is to look at how you interact with other people. If you're not a fan of platitudes, you could declare, "I am an INFJ." You'd rather have a small group of true friends than a large number of meaningless acquaintances. This does not imply that INFJs are cold and uninterested in others. They are warm and genuine in their interactions, but they are more attuned to people who know and respect them. Number 12. You're not afraid to cut off bad relationships. INFJs aren't scared to shut off relationships that aren't working for them. The door slam is another name for this process. This is sometimes referred to as the dark side of the advocate INFJ personality type. Individuals must take the leap of faith at some time in their lives. INFJs are well aware of the importance of keeping a safe distance from people who do harm or disturb their sense of well-being regularly. Number 13. You enjoy planning your day. The J in the INFJ personality stands for judgment, which is a characteristic of this type. This word describes a strategy and tactic used by advocates when confronted with a variety of options. Planning for their days is something that INFJs enjoy doing since they prefer a certain degree of predictability. As a result of their tendency to become overburdened by the unexpected, they prioritize finishing up existing duties before beginning new ones. Individuals with INFJ personality types tend to be less adaptable, but they are also more determined to see things through the completion. Number 14. You have little tolerance for unpleasant views and behavior. A person who has an MBTI INFJ, MBTI here meaning Myers-Briggs type indicator, if you don't know, is driven by their values and ideals. Morality is important to them and they find it difficult to accept beliefs and actions that conflict with their own. You may be an advocate if you have a hard time connecting with others who have different views. Despite this, supporters have been known to form lasting connections with people they have nothing in common with. Despite their seemingly disparate backgrounds, everything is based on monetary value. Number 16. You try to solve everyone's problems. One of the most common characteristics of an INFJ is a desire to help others. People with INFJ personalities are typically uncomfortable with other people's sufferings and strive to improve the environment around them. They may believe that their life's work is to serve others. An INFJ strategist, on the other hand, always has a plan in place to overcome any obstacle. A particularly stressful element of the process is when the problem is too difficult to fix. Number 17. You're self-sacrificing. The goal of an advocate is to make others happy. The outcome is a self-sacrificing lifestyle because they rarely do it for personal gain. They may not be aware of this trait. An INFJ character is driven by the desire to make others happy. To be an INFJ, one must be willing to give more than one expects to gain from others. Even if you're not aware of it, you're continuously preoccupied with the well-being of others around you. And that ends today's video. Let us know if you are an INFJ or if you know someone who does. Do you know any of the other signs? Share it with us in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel so we can see more of you. See you guys in the next video.